Okay, so today's tomato review is going to be on the Homestead tomato. Okay, so this is the Homestead tomato. I do believe this is a determinate tomato, and I have grown this in times past, and they usually get a lot bigger than what you see here. Now, these are actually quite small, but I really don't mind that for making salads and things like that, but these are kind of small, but these can't get as big as a regular size slicer tomato generally. They're usually a little bigger than this, but these are kind of small, and I like that. So I wish I knew how to do that more often, because this is like a large size grape tomato. They're pretty cool. I mean, look at that. Look how nice that is. Nice little size tomato. It's perfect for a salad. You could throw one or two of those in a salad. You could even skew it and stick it on a barbecue. Kind of cook the inside a little bit, or put it in the microwave if you want to do that. But I cut one open, as you can see, and we're going to just show you the inside of it. Got to be real subtle when I bring this up to the camera, because the focus doesn't work anymore on this really too much. So if I do it real carefully, you can get a good look at what the inside looks like. So as far as I know, this is generally considered a commercial type tomato. You're going to be able to buy seeds for this in Lowe's and Walmart or any of those places, and you can see there is a little wilding in the rind, surprisingly. So, but in general, this is a perfect look for a store tomato. This is what you want to see if you go to the supermarket and you buy a tomato. This is what you're going to see, and this is what they want you to see. Perfect tomato in every sense. You can see the seeds are firmly attached to the rind, and you can see it's got four very large chambers. So this is going to be a very juicy tomato. It's probably a pretty good sauce tomato. I don't know. I've never actually made sauce with it, but just from the looks of it, it looks like it would be a good sauce tomato. You just generally got those four chambers. I mean, I'll cut another one open for you if you want, but that's what it looks like. And it's the bottom. Let's take a bite. I'm dying to try this thing. It's okay as far as the taste of it and the general overall first impression you would kind of get from it. These are a little riper than I normally pick them, so this is almost sauce ready. But let's see, the first thing I say is the tanginess was kind of, I just took that bite, so let me finish this so I can get, my palate's now adjusted, so what I can say is that the tanginess is right. It almost tastes like Heinz ketchup tangy-wise. It tastes very similar to Heinz ketchup. This would probably make a really good ketchup tomato, actually. It has that flavor to it. It has a natural sweetness, and it has that weird kind of a tangy flavor. It's not lemon sour, it makes you pucker. It's not tangy like, makes your mouth water. It does make your mouth water a little, but the tangy itself has a very strange attribute to it, very similar to Heinz ketchup. I don't know any other way to put it. Though there is a Heinz ketchup tomato, and I'm trying to get seeds for that now. I'm trying to acquire the seed for that they use for their making Heinz ketchup. But this does taste a lot like that in some ways. Now, there is a kind of an undertone with this, a little bit of an, earthy undertone, say, that kind of hangs around a little bit after you're all done with the sweet and the sour going past your mouth and all that. Then there's like a little earthy tone in there. It's not totally uncomfortable, but I would probably want to cook this tomato down first before I would use it as a salad tomato or something like that. You can use it for salad, it's fine, but if out of all the varieties of tomatoes I got, I would use this one first for a sauce, or I'd blend it in with different tomatoes to make a good heirloom sauce. But as far as the sweetness goes, that was down probably around 20-25%, somewhere in that range. The tangy was up there like around 30%, and in between that, it's all watery. It's very watery tomato, and if you're if you're somebody who really don't like tomatoes and you're real sensitive to like certain kinds of tomato flavors and tastes, this might be, I wouldn't recommend this for somebody like that. But as far as tomato flavor for anybody who's generally a tomato eater like myself, this is fine. You're not going to have a problem with it. Now the texture of the tomato, the actual meat part of it and everything, it's very applesauce like. It just it melts in your mouth as you eat. I'm going to bite into this again. Yeah, the tomato melts in your mouth. It's delicious like that. It does have a Heinz ketchup flavor. It's very unique. It's a very unique type of a taste. I've never had a tomato actually taste like Heinz ketchup, but this actually tastes like Heinz ketchup. Very close. It's the first thing that came to my mind. And it's a very good tomato. I probably wouldn't go out of my way to grow it because it's a determinate tomato, and I generally don't like to grow determinate tomatoes because they grow, they put their tomatoes out, and they're done. Like a lot of indeterminate tomatoes, I can grow those out and prune them down mid-year and then get them to grow back up and then give me another crop, basically. With these tomatoes, you can't really do it with determinate tomatoes. So I grow them for fun. I'm doing them for the reviews and everything, but like I said, I don't go out of my way to actually grow determinate tomatoes. But I'll tell you one thing, this flavor sticking around in my mouth, it tastes really, really good. At first I was a little thrown off by that earthy taste, but I'm not tasting that anymore because now my palate had adjusted to the tomato, and it's definitely a really good flavor on the tomato. I'm really liking this tomato quite a bit. I'm going to put a little salt on there. Give that a go, just like that. Let's see what that tastes like. Wow, that's a really good tomato. This is going to rank up there. This is definitely going to come up higher. I would say this is a really good sauce tomato. Just by eating it, the effect I'm getting from it, adding the salt to it, this right here would make a really, really good sauce tomato. I'm telling you that straight out. The only thing I don't really like about this is the skins are really tough on this one. Very, very tough skins. But if you're making a sauce with it, what do you care? You know, you're just going to smash up the tomato anyway. Just strain off all the skins. That's nothing, you know. You could take it's actually better that you have tougher skins with tomatoes. That way it's easier for you to separate the skins from the tomato. But let me tell you, this is a delicious tomato. Wow, this is very, very delicious. In fact, the rest of those tomatoes there, I'm going to make a salsa with them. I don't really have enough to make sauce, but I'm definitely going to make a salsa with this. This is very, very delicious. Definitely, highly recommend this tomato. I normally don't recommend like commercial type tomatoes, or I don't generally recommend like determinate tomatoes because of their growing features. I mean, a lot of times there's nothing that much more special about those tomatoes for me to recommend them. I'd rather you grow an heirloom tomato. But in this case, I'm definitely going to recommend it. This is very delicious. Yeah, this as far as slicing the tomato, if you slice it really thin and the skins aren't, you could probably get through those skins pretty good. But to just eat the tomato like biting into it or chop it up for a salad, I don't know. The skins were a little tough for me. They were really tough. You have to spit them out. You're not chewing those things up. They were really that tough. But I really like this tomato. I'm going to rank this tomato like a number 2 this year. This is a very delicious tasting tomato. It's definitely received my seal of approval as far as number 2. And not many tomatoes are going to get number 2 this year, but I can tell you this one definitely came in at number 2. Now, I ate some of these tomatoes earlier in the season. They weren't tasting that good to me. But now they're fully ripened, and I'm eating them now, and man, it just tastes so good. I really can't really complain about the Homestead tomato. So, yeah, I definitely recommend this tomato if you're interested in a nice sauce tomato, something that's really rich in flavor. And like I said, there's a unique aftertaste or a kind of a unique taste to it that kind of tastes like Heinz ketchup. I don't know any other way to put it. It's not like a strong Heinz ketchup flavor, but there's like a little bit of a Heinz flavor in here. I don't know any other way to put it. That's the first thing that came to my mind when I ate it. Tastes like Heinz ketchup. Not strong, but enough for me to think that. So, yeah, it's a good grow. I would say give it a go. It's a Determinate tomato, so keep that in mind. And that's about it. That's the number that I'm going to rank this number 2. And if you like this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you on the next one now. Take care.